Okay, that just about does it. Oh yeah, I'll figure that out. But I've been working on making a stuff sack. Greetings everyone, this is Briz, by the way. I have one of these stuff sacks made for my Thermarest, but I've got two Thermarests, and this weekend my wife and I are going out camping. We're both this year recently new members of the Ozark Trail here in Missouri. It's a trail still in the making, and it's supposed to go a little over 800 miles from the St. Louis area all the way down kind of south and southwest through central Missouri, south central, and connect up with the Ozark Highland trails in Arkansas. But we're having a trail maintenance weekend where we're going to go out and cut some limbs and see what we can do with the treadway. But here is the bag that I just made for my look at that, old Briz can sew. You know, once I've got the directions on this sewing machine, it is going like gangbusters. And there's the other end of it. And this little clip here is something that I got at the Army PX that I used on my desert boots so that I wouldn't always have to tie them. I can just cinch them up on my boots and then wrap the leftover strings around my boots where I got them bloused. But they work perfect on these bags. And shoot, if I didn't have to look real close, I would have thought that this thing was made by Thermarest for a Thermarest mattress. Consequently, though, I did use my original Thermarest bag. My other one is not so much a template, but I used it, laid it out flat, and made some measurements on it. And then I made this as close to it as possible. You know, it looks like it's got a square bottom to it. I don't know if y'all know how to get around that, but I didn't have to make a separate bottom. This is just one piece of fabric that looks like it's got a square bottom to it. And the way you do that is when you're sewing this up, what I do is I sew the portion that the string goes through the top first, and then I bring the edges together, and I actually make it so the first sew is with the good material on the outside, and I sew all the way down, turn the corner, sew all the way down. Then I turn the thing inside out again and then go in towards the bag and sew again. So that way when you turn it inside out, you don't see the seam that's sewn on the outside of the bag. And then on the inside of the bag, you see the seam, but the edges are so that, you know how the rough edges on nylon is? And a lot of times I made bags where I sewed them like that, put the two good sides together and sew them like that, and then take my hot soldering iron and singe the edge of the nylon. Well, this is coated nylon, so when I cut it, it's pretty smooth cut, but the unfinished portion is inside there sandwiched. So even on the inside now I've got a nice folded over seam that doesn't get in the way. But this part that you make the bottom with, all you got to do is measure how wide your bag is. Like this one was 10 inches, so I measured 5 inches, and then half of that is 2.5. So from the edge to here I measured 5 inches, and I folded my material to where I could make it look like this, and I took my pencil and drew a little line across the 2.5 mark around the middle, and eyeballed that baby and sewed from here to here. And then I did the same way on this side from here to here. So that way you got 2 little loops in here that really don't do, these little triangle pieces are just in there loose, but they'll lay at the bottom. And if you did it perfectly, you know, they should measuring at 2.5 inches, when they overlap they should come as a point there. But when it's turned inside out, you don't see those little triangles. And it's almost waterproof, I would say. I probably will, if I wanted to make it waterproof, take some of my seam sealer and go over the sewing machine thread. But that's what I use to put my self-inflating Thermarest mattress in, and that keeps it nice and clean. And I made this bag just a slightly larger than the original Thermarest bag because you know, when you sleep at night, I've got some long johns, pants, and insulated shirt, and I'll go ahead and roll that up into the mattress, and then roll it up. That way my bed stuff here, when I throw it in my tent or in the shelter and let it self-inflate, I've got my long johns waiting there ready to hop in that thing when I get in my sleeping bag. And that way, as my brother says, he always likes to wear his long johns to get out of his hiking clothes during the day and let them air out, and he beats the dirt off of them. But he says that keeps his sleeping bag cleaner, which it does. So, hey, this is a Thermarest bag. Hope you guys have a good week. If any of you are in Missouri, you might want to consider joining the Ozark Trail Association. They have got a ton load of people on this last mega event this last weekend. It was so full that we couldn't even sign up for it. So something good is happening in Missouri on the trails. So we'll see you. Bye.